One of the biggest things that gets all you guys in trouble when it comes to you trying to have a successful relationship and you wind up going through that toxic experience or that jerk of a guy or that, gold digger type of woman or whatever the case is because most of you have never gotten clear on what your relationship rule book is, right? When I say that, that's foreign to a lot of you, right? Now, to people that have reached a more healthy and holistic space, this is something that's kind of subconsciously wired into them already. So maybe they don't need to articulate it on paper this way, right? But for those of you that have relationship obstacles, you're still running into the repeat patterns, same situations, same dating cycle, no one's working out and all that stuff. It's most likely because you haven't gotten clear on the rule book that should be guiding the way you move through your dating process and navigating your relationships. It's one of the biggest reasons why people struggle so much when they're in a conflict situation with their partner. Maybe they were cheated on, trust was broken, or just clashing heads all the time on values or whatever the case is. They waver on whether to stay or leave, right? They keep going through this toxic cycle with them. Maybe you break up and get back together from things that keep happening or what have you. It's because you're not clear on your own rule book that guides you on when you need to be doing this, that, or the third in your relationship, maybe walking away, what have you, right? What's the play? And when you don't get clear on those things, you leave yourself in a state of confusion internally when the right emotional stimulus comes along that goes against what you want versus what you don't want. And they clash right in the middle. And you wind up sitting in limbo and you get stuck in this uncomfortable comfort zone, right? So when we talk about a relationship rule book, what's that mean? That means, are you clear on these 5 core areas? Your values, your principles, your standards, your boundaries, and your deal breakers, right? Have you gotten clear on what are all those things in those areas, in those categories? And have you articulated why they are, what is necessary for each area, and what happens if those things are not met, if you don't get those things, if those are not respected and not honored, what have you, right? And then lastly, what's the repercussion whenever those things are met? Not only what's the negative impact of them not being met, but whenever it's not being met consistently enough, right? What are you going to do about it, right? We don't get clear on that ahead of time, and we wait until we're in the middle of a relationship to try to figure out what do I do when I'm already head over heels in love with this person and I've never been here before. I don't know how to navigate this. What do I do? You need to get clear on this stuff beforehand so that you can have more clarity of mind and you're in a better mental state, right? To articulate the things that you actually need without emotional influence to throw you off. So that when you're in the middle of it, you can blindly trust what the version of yourself that was not in this elevated state came up with, right? You need to do that for yourself. And let's be clear, just a quick little run through on that. If you're going to get clear on your values, what matters most to you? What holds the most significance to you in life and what you work towards and why you work towards it, right? Need to know that. Your principles, like what is your morality built around? What helps you sleep at night feeling like you're being an honorable, good person? Because look, at the end of the day, all of us are bred to be loved in some form, right? So we never want to be the bad guy or operate in a way that we feel we look at ourselves and feel horrible about ourselves. That's where your principles come in. Your standards, what you require to live at a certain degree or certain level in your life in a relationship, right? And for someone to be with you to add to that, live at that same standard, what's required for that? Your boundaries. What are the things that someone can't cross, or else you're going to be in a poor mental or emotional headspace, right? What do you need to do to protect that? And then your deal breakers, the non-negotiables. There's no question. Once this happens, there's no conversation for us to have. I'm moving on, right? Because if you cross this threshold, this means there's no coming back for me. I will never be good again for this relationship, right? I might heal and move on, but with you, it's not going to work because you violated something that means something that deep to me. We have to get clear on what these things are for ourselves. And when you don't, and you try to figure out in the moment when you're going through something emotional, it's one of the worst places to be, right? So, by the way, anyone that wants me to help them build something like this because you need to have it, right? Or wants me to put something together for something like this, comment, if you want me to put like a product or a book or something like that that actually will help you walk through building a relationship rulebook for yourself personally, let me know in the comments. Just curious. But anyone that wants help directly, direct coaching to hand walk you through doing it, personalized to you, reach out to me for help. But let's get it.